Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Shavi Zane, and I am coming on to have a discussion with you all in regards to a specific subject involving the divine masculine and the divine feminines. Now, for me, the divine masculine and divine feminine are those who are chosen. Okay, you got the masculines and you have the feminines. You got the gods, you got the goddesses, you got the kings, and you have the queens. And these people are those who have done the work. Okay, they are on the path of doing the work to heal and to evolve out of that old negative karmic energy. And they are committed to the process of doing just that. So it doesn't mean that everybody is on the same level right now. It just means that they know the importance of continuing to evolve and to do the work on themselves if they have not completely released a lot of that old energy. Okay. Now, or then you have those who are up there when it comes to staying highly vibrational. They know who they are and they have really done the work. Okay, they have made the sacrifice and they have done the work. Now, the reason why I'm doing this message at this time is because one of the issues that we tend to run into as the divine masculine, divine feminine energy, the chosen, is that we make the sacrifice of having to walk away from karmic partnerships, right? So by making that sacrifice, you find that it seems for a time that your selection of potential partners are few, okay? And that's only because you have a specific partner that has been crafted for you who has also been doing the work somewhere in the world that you will ultimately come together with. Now, will every person that's chosen have a divine partner? No. Some people are chosen and they are supposed to walk this journey alone in this lifetime. Now, maybe they come back the next lifetime and they come together with their partnership, or maybe they had their partnership in the last lifetime. But either way, if you are here and your part of your journey is to come together with your divine masculine or feminine to carry out your purpose, then this message is for you. And one of the issues that we run into is the fact that we tend to end up being ready for love because we take extended periods of solitude. Okay, we end up having some journeys that take us down this long path of solitude where we have to go in. We got to be the hermit. We got to do the inner work. We got to go into celibacy for some, for many. And it's all to be able to create the greatest version of yourself. It's like the caterpillar that goes in the cocoon and comes out as the butterfly. So obviously that caterpillar can't take another caterpillar in the cocoon talking about, I just want some company. No, this transformation is in solitude, okay? And so many of us end up in this position where, okay, we've been on the journey. We find ourselves being single for an extended period of time. Practicing celibacy for me myself is 2 years come February. So I am very familiar with the journey, but I can say that it has not been in vain because I've been able to awaken many of my spiritual gifts. My eyes are fully opened. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's much more for me to see. And so I am committed to my journey. I am committed to my transformation. I am committed to becoming the greatest version of myself. And so I'm sure that many of you all can relate to that, okay? It just looks different for everyone, but we all come in with the purpose of rising in our divinity and, raising the vibrational frequency of the energy of the universe, okay? Shifting the energy out of that dark, low vibrational, materialistic, carnal, Jezebel spirit energy to something that is much brighter, something that is, higher consciousness, and it's just completely different from dark to light, okay? And so people tend to get it twisted. They think that you're ready. They think that being ready for love, they mistake being ready for love as being desperate for love, okay? And so one thing about the chosen is that we tend to attract people to us who admire our strength. They admire the light that we exude. They admire the wisdom that we have been blessed with, okay? They admire the gifts that we possess. But many of these people, they're like a moth to a flame. They come in and they're completely blinded, okay? They don't know what this journey is about. They haven't done the work to take the path themselves. And so we tend to attract people to us that'll come in as a false twin flame, as a false divine masculine, a false divine feminine. And they come in speaking the language, like I said in my last video, they come in speaking the language, but when you actually get to know this person past the surface, you find that they have not done the work. And you also find that some of them are also opportunists, okay? And so this message is for me. I'm going to pull the cards out. I'm going to lay them out in terms of what does the false divine masculine look like versus the real one. And I don't want to say false divine. I'm going to say the false masculine because there's nothing divine about him if he's fake. So the false masculine versus the actual divine masculine. And then I'm going to pull the cards for the false feminine versus the actual divine feminine. What do these energies look like? Whether you have currently experienced these people in your past, present, or future, just so that you can know, what does your masculine look like? What type of energy is he bringing? Your divine masculine. What does your divine feminine look like? What type of energy is she bringing? And then being able to recognize what the false one looks like. Because I feel like all of us are going to have somebody that comes in that's a straight out clone because they just want some of that great energy that you are exuding after doing all of that work to heal. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start off with the divine masculine because I find that much of those who are drawn to my messages are females. Okay, and so we're going to do ladies first. So it's going to be catered to divine masculine. So this is going to be, what does the false masculine look like? What does that energy look like? You might be currently dealing with this type of person, questioning whether or not is this your person, or you might have dealt with them in the past, or this might be somebody that they might try you in the future. So just so that you can see, what does the false masculine look like? So the first question is going to be, how does the false masculine treat you? How does the false masculine treat you? Okay. How does the false masculine treat you? Let me just light my frankincense and myrrh sticks. These smell real good. I got them from Amazon, y'all. And they're all natural, 100% natural. I know I'm not advertising them. I'm just telling you, if you ever wanted to get something outside of sage, if you don't like the smell of sage, these frankincense and myrrh incense are really good. So let's get started. How does the false masculine treat you? Ooh, okay. Look at this. So we're starting off with the Magician and the Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Now, first of all, the Magician, this is someone who is manipulative. Okay. This is obviously not a balanced connection. Two of Cups in reverse. It is not a soulmate connection, and it is not in alignment with you. And so you might attract someone to you. When I see the Magician, this is someone who potentially practices using spell work and things of that nature. They might have a lot of insight on using magic and using, working with the elements and things of that nature, but they have no idea about the journey. Okay. They have no idea about the spiritual journey. They have no divine connection to the Most High. They just know about manipulating energy. And so you might attract to you someone who is, this is who they are. This is how they attract to them certain types of people, because they know on the surface, without manipulating energy, that person that they're trying to go for, who is the chosen, who is the awakened, who has done the work, which is you would not be drawn to them, because right away you would recognize that it's not balanced here. This is not a stable partnership. So many of them will come in and they will use magic, spell work to manipulate you emotionally. And if they're not using actual spell work, then they're just coming in with a manipulative energy. Okay? So let's just clarify, what is this Magician anyway? What is the Magician? Because I feel like that's an energy of manipulating you into believing that you have more, or that there's something balanced about the connection, when in fact it's complete opposite. So what is the Magician? Okay, hold on, y'all. So what came out in the reverse is the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords deals with communication. It deals with gaining clarity. It deals with gaining truth. So this Magician comes in with the Ace of Swords in reverse. That's all about lies being told, spewing lies, okay? Straight out lies is being told from this person's mouth, okay? This Magician. So they come in with this manipulative energy, spewing lies, trying to get into your mind, wanting to convince you that they are your divine partner, okay? Knowing good and damn well they ain't got no business in your energy. This is not a divine partnership, but they want to convince you that it is such. They'll tell these lies, but they will manipulate the energy in order to trick you, in order to fool you so that you won't pay attention to that intuitive voice that says, no, this is not it. You'll be more fooled by the illusion that they create about the partnership or about the so-called connection. Okay, so let's see what else is coming out in terms of how they treat you. Okay, yeah, see, the moon is in the reverse. So it's that energy of the moon, and the moon itself is like that energy of shining light on those things that are dark, those things that are hidden. So when it's in the reverse, it's that energy of where you can see clearly, because that intuitive wisdom, your spiritual eyes are very much so open. So this person knows that because you have the gift of seeing past the illusion, they have to manipulate energy to create an illusion so that the truth won't so that you won't, so that you will not see the truth, so that you will not listen to that intuitive wisdom that's actually telling you the truth, with this card coming out in the reverse. So they manipulate your mind, they manipulate your emotions, and they do it energetically, okay? Like I said, these are people who speak the language, but do not know the journey. They have no connection to the Most High God. Most of them don't even believe in the Most High God. They believe in doing spell work, rituals, dark magic, okay? So let me pull one more. Okay, Four of Wands in reverse. So the Four of Wands in reverse is clearly, they're not able to offer anything that goes beyond the surface. Four of Wands generally deals with moving in together, potentially getting married, leveling up in the relationship. You know, the Four of Wands sometimes also represents the twin flame union, okay? These people, they come in, they manipulate the energy. This false masculine comes in manipulating energy, using magic, spewing lies, wanting you to stay, to avoid your intuitive nudges, to create an illusion that they're your person, when in fact they don't have any intention on being with you past a sexual connection or past siphoning your energy as an energy vampire. They have no intention or being an opportunist, trying to use you as a stepping stool to get where they want to go. All they're doing is coming in with manipulative energy. Every other card came out in the reverse. This is the only one that came in the upright, the Magician. Okay, so that's how they treat you. You know them because you might find that, okay, you'll have to, so what does that look like if they're manipulating energy, but they're not your person? They might be doing spell work or rituals or something towards you, but they're not your person. Well, what that looks like is you'll start communicating with this person and you find that you're strongly drawn to them, even though intuitively you know that there's something off. Something just doesn't feel right. And then the more you communicate with them, you start to find, well, it's not that it doesn't feel right. It's the fact that it just ain't right because you're too busy focused in on your sexual energy. You're too busy focused in on your carnal nature or on your ego. Or you're showing me that you still have certain addictions or certain behavior patterns. But it's something about them that you just feel strongly drawn to them. Like in spite of the fact that you just know you need to go ahead and cut this person off, you still feel drawn to their energy. It's because they're manipulating the energy. And so there's this tug of war in the spiritual realm between your higher self and your lower self that they're actually manipulating. They're manipulating the lower self, which is the part of you that still might have some unhealed wounds. Maybe some part of you is really desiring to have your partner in your life. And so you might have a little bit of the energy of loneliness that you have to continue to work through. And so that's the energy that they use to manipulate in the spiritual realm, okay? Those emotions that are attached to that feeling of loneliness. And so, because they have to have a host, so you have to embody some sort of energy in order for this false masculine to manipulate you through using that type of tactic, okay? Spell work and rituals. Now, again, if he's not coming with that, extreme energy, but today you can't set aside any possibility, okay? You got to know that the times that we're in, because the enemy doesn't want you to awaken, they will take measures like using dark magic. But let's say he's not. Then that just means that he's manipulating you emotionally. He's making you believe that he has, all of the tools necessary to create the perfect union between the two of you. He's telling you, he's using the language. He's coming in with that familiar language. Oh, I'm looking for my twin flame, or, my soul mate, and I've been on a spiritual journey, and I've done this and I've done that. He'll draw you in with the language, and then after you start to get to know him, you'll start to see that the language is like, okay, something ain't right here. But he's already drawn you in. And because he speaks the language, and you might not have met anybody else, because it's not necessarily the norm for people to have a full understanding of the spiritual aspect of things, okay? But you do have those who understand the language. They're very well versed on the language, but they haven't done a damn thing when it comes to taking the journey. So those are the ones that would generally be drawn to the chosen, because they know that they can at least get in the door with the language, okay? Or with the representative by having a certain type of appearance or using certain types of, things. They know how to use that manipulation. And so let's move on to the next question in terms of your masculine, the false masculine. What is the nature of this person? What is the nature of the false masculine? What do you need to look for in terms of the nature of the false masculine? Oh, okay, that was too many to flip together. Hold on. The nature of the false masculine. Okay. So we got the Ace of Wands coming out. The Ace of Wands deals with that passion, that sexual energy, okay, that excitement, that exciting start, okay, that Kickstarter energy, that fiery, passionate energy. The nature of the false masculine is strongly driven by his sexual energy, okay? Yes, we have the Empress in the reverse. The Empress in the reverse would be, he's drawn to, because generally the Empress in the upright is the divine feminine, okay? The Empress, the one who has done the work to heal, the nurturer, okay? She's the creator, okay? The mother, the healer, emotionally balanced, connected to nature. The Empress in reverse, though, is someone who lacks some part of her healing, okay? There's something that she's still lacking in terms of her healing. And so, for me, this indicates multiple things. One of them being that he might be drawn to the divine feminine that is still not fully, she hasn't come full circle in terms of her healing process, okay? And so he knows how to slip right on in that moment of her feeling off balance, of her feeling lonely, like I said, or of her just strongly desiring a partnership so much so that it becomes a codependent energy, where she's codependent on meeting her divine masculine, okay? So his nature could be that he actually targets those types of women because he sees that they are in their potential to move towards that Empress energy. but he comes in a moment where he catches a vulnerable, some sort of vulnerable energy. He looks for the vulnerability in that person. He looks for the crack, and he finds it by coming forward with his sexual energy, the Jezebel spirit. Also, this is showing me that the nature of the false masculine is that he also has issues with his mother, more than likely, unhealed issues with his mother. He's also lacking the balance of his feminine energy, because we all are, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. And so you have to balance those two energies out in order to be completely balanced, okay, as an individual, before you can attract your divine partnership to you. And so this false masculine, his feminine energy is not balanced. And so that means that he's not empathetic. He lacks compassion. He's not done the work to heal. And so he's not in a position to help to heal others. He is, might not even have respect for women as a whole, because he's in that alpha. It's nothing wrong with being an alpha male, but you have to still balance the two. If you're all about just being dominant in your energy, thinking that you are above the feminine, thinking that you are supposed to be in control and everything is supposed to be all about your wand, okay? The Ace of Wands is supposed to be, your penis is at the forefront of your representative, okay? You walk in the door with that's what's there. That's what you see, just this right here, just sticking up. And he feels like that's supposed to be enough because he's in that masculine energy, but it's very low vibrational. He's still in his carnal nature and still embodying that Jezebel spirit. And so he wants to use it in a way to cause like mental entrapment, okay? So this person is also they themselves are holding on to a lot of pain. Their minds are cluttered with negative energy, negative thoughts, past experiences that they have yet to heal from. They're very stuck. Yes, this false masculine is very stuck. They're not able to move forward from the past, okay? And so because they're in that energy, the only thing that they can do is come in with that passionate energy, and this flame burns out very fast, the Ace of Wands, okay? It'll be exciting initially. They'll be able to get that fire and that spark going initially. But past that, it's all about the surface for these false masculines, okay? They have nothing to bring to the table past that energy. And so they still have a lot of work to do in terms of healing from mother issues, abandonment issues, that feminine aspect of themselves, embracing being empathetic, embracing being compassionate, embracing being transparent, and knowing that healing yourself is not emasculating. It is actually balancing. It actually makes you more of a man to be willing to go through the journey to heal yourself than it is to sit back and say, I don't do that healing stuff. I'm a real man. No. Okay. So also this person, this card came out in the reverse, the Hangman. This will be that energy of refusing to see things from a different perspective, okay? This person refuses to make sacrifices, because the Hangman is also about making sacrifices. This person refuses to make sacrifices so that they can gain clarity, okay? They refuse to go through the walk, to take the journey. And a lot of times the journey means making sacrifices. And a large part of that sacrifice will be sacrificing that doggone Jezebel spirit that they use at the forefront of their personality, thinking that the more women that they can get up underneath their belts, or the more their sexual energy is, alluring to someone else, that's enough. You don't need to bring nothing else to the table, just some lies, some manipulation, and some penis, and you supposed to be good. They refuse to do the work. They refuse to make the sacrifices, to sit still long enough to see things clearly. Because in Hangman mode, you're just there. You're hanging there because you have to make that sacrifice of being still so that you can see what's happening from the spiritual aspect and see what areas of your life you need to heal. But with this coming out in the reverse, they refuse to do that. They'd rather stay stuck in the past you know, because that's comfortable for them. Being uncomfortable has become comfortable for them. So what else in terms of their nature? And I'm going to move on to the next question. The nature of the false masculine. Okay, look at this, y'all. The nature of the false masculine. Now, this person, they may come in acting as if they want to level up, okay? I'm looking for my twin flame. I'm looking for my divine feminine. I want someone that I can get married to, someone that I can move in with, someone that I can do business with. I want my partner that I'm going to take this journey with, right? Four of Wands. You know that came out in reverse earlier when we were speaking on how they treat you. So that's all part of the illusion. But this is really their nature, is that they're very manipulative. They try to win at all costs, okay? They are very egotistical in their nature, okay? They'll cause you a lot of heartache. I mean, a lot of heartache and a lot of headaches, okay? Because you see this person is holding their head. And they'll do things at any cost. They'll take extreme measures to try to cause pain to you because it does something for their unhealed ego, okay? It does something to boost their ego because that's largely what they're driven by. Their ego, their carnal nature, that Jezebel spirit and materialism. And so all they know is manipulating energy. All they know is telling lies. All they know is if they can get a goddess, a queen to even pay attention to them long enough, that's enough for their ego to say, oh, well, I can get any woman. And so because I've been able to attract you, well, let me manipulate some energy to see how far I can get with you. Because ultimately what I'm going to do is just I'm going to end things anyway. I'm going to cause a painful ending for you anyway. I'm going to betray you. I'm going to stab you in your back and I'm going to leave you wounded and bruised and hurt. And I'm going to move on to the next one because, see, the spark don't last but so long. So they know they got to get in as fast as they can, get a hold of your energy and be out the door, okay? So they move very quickly. That's another thing. False masculines are going to move very fast, okay? They're going to want to get into bed with you fast, okay? Some of them might even take it as far as saying, well, I want to level up in a commitment, but ultimately it's just to hurt you. It's just to betray you, okay? And so be very careful of these types of people. The next question we have here is, how do you feel around the false masculine? I think I'm going to do this in two parts for the sake of time when I post these videos. So this one is going to be in regards to the false masculine versus the real masculine. And then the other video I'm going to do is going to be in regards to the false feminine versus the real feminine. So I can break it down in that way. So how do you feel around the false masculine? How do they make you feel? Because remember now, they're coming in speaking the language, but they're speaking a lot of lies, okay? So they might tell you things about their so-called spiritual journey that's not even true. They might tell you things in terms of what they desire to have with you that's not true. And they'll manipulate energy, many of them doing dark magic and things of that nature. They'll have some sort of understanding of certain, people or certain books to read or certain things that have happened in history. They'll be able to entice you in that way, but there's no true connection to any of those things. It's all about just being able to speak the language. So how do you feel around this false masculine? That's too many cards to flip. Okay, so how you feel around this false masculine is, we got the King of Swords and then the Nine of Pentacles in a reverse. So the King of Swords is that energy of, you end up feeling like you have to guard yourself, okay? You end up feeling like you have to be in that energy of being ready to cut this person out of your life at any given moment. You feel like you cannot open yourself up and be fully vulnerable with this person because, again, once the mask comes off, they can't keep it on but so long because you possess too many gifts. You possess the spirit of discernment. And they know that because you are protected, that they have to swoop in and swoop out, okay? They can't stick around for long because they know the more damage that they try to do towards you, the more damage they do to themselves, okay? And if they don't know, they'll find out, okay? You can't just mess with the chosen to your own advantage and try to do things against them, against their own free will, thinking that you can just get away with it. No, it might seem like it for a moment, for a snapshot moment in time, but the repercussions on the other side of that, when it boomerangs back to their ass, is they'll just find out, okay? So they don't open their heart up to you. They're very surface. They might communicate with you, like I said. They might have intellectual communication with you, but that's about as far as it goes, okay? And you might feel, with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, you might not feel as confident in yourself. You know, you might not feel as, you know, there might be a codependency on communicating with this person. You might build up a codependency on having communication with this person because, as I told you all, it's very rare that the chosen are able to connect with someone on an intellectual level, but even deeper than that on a spiritual level, because this path is not for everyone. You know, only few are called, and, you know, only few actually take the path. And so when you find someone that comes in that's actually, they're able to at least speak the language, then you might become codependent on communicating with that person, because you may not have a lot of people around you that have an understanding of your journey, okay? This person doesn't really have an understanding because they haven't taken it, but they front like they have. They manipulate as if they have, okay? They create an illusion as if they have. And so I just sense that this could be like this energy of how you feel around them. You might become slightly codependent on communication with this person, okay? Let's see what else is coming out. This is just so that you all can recognize it. You might have already experienced it and you know how to pinpoint it at this point. Let's see. Oh. So how you feel? This card flew out in the reverse, okay? This one was in the upright. So we got the Hierophant and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So the Three of Cups in reverse is that energy of not a true friendship, okay? You might be wavering or trying to weigh out whether or not this person is a true friend or if they're karmic to you, okay? And so while you'll communicate with this person, but you'll find that the more you communicate with them, the more that you start to unveil the true nature of this person, okay? And so how you feel around them is you don't feel that they're actually truly someone that you can connect with, okay? Because the Three of Cups in the upright is people who all have, you know, a commonality. They all support one another. They're all, you know, growing with one another. In the reverse, it's the exact opposite, okay? So you really start to question whether or not this person is your true friend, largely because with the Hierophant here, you're sitting in this energy of you are elevating spiritually, okay? You are doing the work to continue to elevate. You're in this high vibrational energy. You're doing what's necessary to keep yourself balanced and in alignment. But this person comes in to try to throw you off of this, okay? The Hierophant deals with that spiritual evolution, that spiritual wisdom, okay? And so you are sitting in this energy. You are possibly having a lot of conversations with this person about your spiritual journey and about evolution and things of that nature. And they're just eating it up. They're taking everything in, but they're not giving anything because they have nothing to give. They don't have a true testimony to give to you, okay? And so you end up being the one that's giving out all of this beautiful energy. Meanwhile, they coming in as the King of Swords. They got a little bit of intellect, but their heart is completely closed off, okay? And so all they know how to do is bring the wand, that sexual energy, and this is what they end up doing. They end up moving on, okay? And so, one more question, and I want to move on to the true divine masculine, because we got to give them some time, okay? I'm giving too much time to these false masculines. They need to go on somewhere. So how are they spiritually in terms of the false masculine? What is the true spiritual nature of the false masculine? Actually, I want to use these cards. What is the true nature of the false masculine? What is the spiritual nature of the false masculine? Look at this, y'all. I don't really have to do too much. They're wearing a mask. The spiritual nature of the false masculine is that they'll come in with this representative right here, but behind that is a demon. Behind that is a snake. Behind that is somebody who is very low, and all they doing is playing what? Politics with you, okay? And the number 7 is the number of spirituality. So they coming in playing politics, pretending to be something that they're not, because behind that is what? Morality. And so they're strongly driven by putting on an image. You see the praying hands down here, you know, but it's pointing downward, okay? It ain't pointing up, it's pointing down. So they're in their lower nature. They try to come in acting like they have these morals, that they're in alignment with certain things. But really, this is the same face. You see that green face? That's the same person right there. Talking about they got all these morals, but they just playing politics. That's the true spiritual nature of the false masculine. And you'll be able to unveil this person. You know, they'll reveal themselves, okay? It's not something where you have to go all, you know, you have to go all out and doing this digging and stuff, but it's more so just being able to catch the red flags when they're presented to you, because they will be presented to you, and it won't take long. And then when you catch them, don't allow that energy of loneliness to cause you to linger in that energy for too long, okay? Because especially if you have someone who is purposely manipulating energy, doing spell work and stuff like that, then you'll find yourself getting drawn in. And being that this person embodies that Jezebel spirit, if you've been celibate and you've been practicing celibacy for a certain period of time because you understand the importance of holding on to your sexual energy, because as your sacral chakra is healed, your spiritual gifts are awakened, okay? The more of a sacrifice you make, the greater the reward. So if you make more of a sacrifice when it comes to withholding your creative energy and not just giving it to any and everybody, then you get rewarded even greater when it comes to awakening the spiritual gifts that you have within you, okay? You have to make the sacrifice. Too many people want to take damn shortcuts. Well, let me see if I can go conjure up this demon so that I can say that I got some sort of spiritual gift to go and create abundance over here, or fame over here, or call this type of person into my life. You taking these shortcuts that's going to end, you're going to get a real big ass whooping by the time you get done doing whatever it is you're doing with them demons, okay? Because they're going to want something to feast on by the time they're done, okay? And it's going to be that person that's doing it. So these people, they come in with this fake morals and just playing politics spiritually. So let's move on to the true divine masculine, okay? So how do they treat you? How does the divine masculine, our kings, the gods, okay, of the kingdom, how do they treat the divine feminine, okay? Let's find out. How does the true divine masculine treat the divine feminine? How does the true divine masculine treat the divine feminine? Okay, so the divine masculine, this is making decisions, okay? This is making a decision to persevere. This is making a decision to turn away from things of the past and to, you know, not give up on the connection, okay? The divine masculine does what's necessary to plan, okay? And to make vital decisions that's going to allow him to push through. And sometimes these decisions even deal with, you know, planning on how he might have to push past any defensiveness that you may have. Because this person is the wounded warrior. You see how they're wearing a bandage. So if this is your energy, then he knows that he has to do what's necessary to push past any defensive energy that you have based on the past pains that you've been through. So he's going to take his time with you. The divine masculine. Let me show y'all. Ooh, come on now. The divine masculine, the real king, is going to come in. He's going to be your wish fulfillment. He's going to be your destiny with the wheel of fortune right here. He's going to be the one that takes action. He's going to take control of his life. He's going to come forward to you. He's going to take action towards you. And he's going to come in confidently, knowing that he's going to be successful in meeting with his queen or his goddess, okay? He's very balanced. You see, these two represent the yin and the yang energy. He's balanced out his masculine and feminine energy. He knows who he is. So he's taking action and taking control of his life, steering the wheel of his life, okay? He's going to come to you. You don't have to sit back. You don't have to chase him. Okay, because a lot of those false masculines, they want you to chase them because they're still ego driven. So they'll come in, they might send you a message, then they'll wait and respond in another 3 hours or maybe another few days because they want to be chased by an empress. But we don't chase, okay? We welcome in our masculines. And so the true masculine takes authority. He takes charge. And he plans, okay? He makes executive decisions. And this is the one who is destined for you, okay? This masculine, he does the work to change, okay? He closes out those old chapters. He closes out the old chapter of who he used to be as well, okay? He releases people from his past. He places the devil at his feet. He sits on top of his throne, okay? He knows this is a destined connection, okay? One that is wish fulfillment. And he has already created that happiness within himself as well, okay? So how does he treat you? Let's see what else is coming out here. Look at this. How does he treat you? He treats you just like the soulmate that you are to him, okay? That very sweet and loving energy. He wants to create beautiful memories with you. He's giving you flowers. He's doing beautiful things for you because he just wants to see you smile. The inner child, because these are children here, that inner child, he adores the inner child in you, and you adore the inner child that's within him, and y'all heal that inner child, that's within one another. You have that loving, playful, lighthearted energy with one another. How he treats you, he'll give you flowers today, even though he gave them to you yesterday and the day before yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. And he still has some stored up even after he gives you those. He treats you like royalty, okay? He treats you like, his best friend, because you all have that soul bond, that soul connection. That's how the true divine masculine treats the divine feminine. So let me pull one more because this energy is just so much more refreshing than the energy of the false masculine. So let's see what else is coming out here. Look at this, y'all. Temperance. He is emotionally balanced. He is patient. He is loving. He has done the work to purify his energy with the white here, and he understands the importance of being balanced when it comes to his emotional side and when it comes to that side of him that, knows how to establish that foundation, okay? But he's also balanced. He's in balance. He's balanced internally, okay? He's that earth angel. He knows who he is. And he pours into your cup, you pour back into his. But he does this for himself first. And this is also about divine timing. So that's a card of being patient, okay? He knows the importance of being patient. The divine masculine, this is in a reverse at the bottom of the deck. He's not going to allow you to be out in the cold. He will not leave you out in the cold. So regardless of what you have going on, he's going to be the one that brings you out of the cold, okay? And he's going to do it from a very loving and nurturing way, okay? One more for how he treats you. Y'all have to see how different the energy is in comparison. How does the divine masculine treat the divine feminine? Okay, so look at this, y'all. We have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, and then we have the Four of Pentacles. So in the upright, this is that flighty energy. This is that player energy that want to just come in, hit it and quit it and keep on going, because you see that horse is in a position. He's ready to giddy up and go, okay? So I got my wand. This is what I'm presenting myself with. This is that false masculine. I'm coming in with that fiery, passionate energy with my wand. But once you get this wand, I'm out of here. I'm ready to go. He's out of that energy. He's put that behind him. Your true divine masculine, he's coming in. He wants to hold on to you. He's not going to let you go, okay? He's not going to let you go. Your true divine masculine, he's releasing that negative energy, okay? And I feel also with the cards that look at this, y'all. He has, because we was just talking about that Jezebel spirit, he's going to be very open and honest with you. The moon in reverse and the devil, he's going to be honest with you about the toxic connections that he has had. He's going to know how to restrain himself, okay? He's built up the the ability through his healing. He's learned how to tackle that carnal nature, and he's built up the ability to restrain himself from, you know, just that lustful energy, okay? And he's going to be very open and honest with you. The moon in reverse, he's not hiding anything. He's not holding anything back. He's going to tell you all of those things that he has gone through in his past, because that's a part of his testimony. Why? Because he's done the work to change with the Wheel of Fortune here. He's tackled that devil. The devil is now at his feet. And so he's coming in open and honest, because it's like, I've done the work to heal. This is all about healing too. I've done the work to balance myself out, so I can be transparent with you. Transparency is here, okay? And he's tamed that. He's still got that lion within him. He still has that fire and that passion that's within him, but he knows how to withhold it so that he can be patient enough to allow the situation to unfold naturally. We ain't coming in talking about some, yeah, I know how to draw you in, and I can call you in with my sexual energy, and I, licking their lips, and that's the only thing they do is stand in the mirror and learn how to lick their lips. Let me see if I can, what type of energy can I bring to call in this feminine? She can't resist these lips. She can't resist this wand. She can't resist this false intellect that I'm bringing. You got the wrong one, because the spiritual team of the divine feminine ain't gonna have it, okay? They're gonna shut that thing down before you even get a chance to try to come in and take her energy, okay? And so if you are not to the place, I'm talking to towards the divine feminine, if you are not in a position where you have healed enough from your lustful nature, if you have not done the work to tame that energy, then you want to make sure that you steer far away from those false masculines, because they will manipulate your panties off, because they're good at it. That's what they do, okay? So your true masculine is going to be very patient with the process. He's learned how to tame his carnal nature. He's purified his vessel, and he's done a lot of work to change. He's healed from the past, okay? He's healed from the past pain. He's no longer in that energy of bitterness or grieving the past. He's turned away from that energy, okay? So let me just see real quick. What is the nature of the divine masculine? What is the nature of the divine masculine? How do you recognize the divine masculine? What is the nature of the divine masculine? Oh, goodness. That was a lot of cards, y'all. Let me see something here. I'm just going to take the only one that actually flew out by itself on the ground, which is justice, okay? He's very balanced. He has integrity. He does things from a space of honesty, and he's coming in to balance the scales out in your life. That's his nature, okay? He's all about balancing things out. He's all about, peace, integrity. He's all about seeing things done from a space of true justice, okay? True justice. What is the nature of the divine masculine? He recognizes the imbalance when it comes to the justice system, and he's going to speak on it very, very openly, okay? What is the nature? Yes, he's the planner, okay? The divine masculine, his nature is a planner, okay? He's going to do the work to plan what it looks like to come towards his divine feminine. The Knight of Pentacles here, he's going to come in. He might take his time. Like I told you, he's going to take his time with you. He's not going to rush in like the Knight of Wands. He's going to take his time like the Knight of Pentacles. And he's going to come in to offer you something solid and stable, because the Knight of Pentacles turns into the King of Pentacles, which is someone who is loyal, grounded. They're a provider, okay? They're a boss. So he's coming in. He's planning things out from a space of integrity, okay? What is the nature of the divine masculine? So the nature of the divine masculine is the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, this came out earlier. He's not going to watch you be out in the cold, okay? He's going to plan. Regardless of what your situation is, His position is to come in and to make an offer that's going to create long-lasting stability, okay? If you're out in the cold for any reason, you know, if part of your sacrifice has been to take a lot of losses, he's the one that wants to bring you out of the cold, okay? He's not coming in to try to take more advantage of you. He's going to actually honor the sacrifices that you have made, and he's going to do what's necessary to try to ensure that you're not in that energy. He wants to balance things out for you. What is the nature of the divine masculine? Okay. So yeah, I feel like it's this energy of he wants to give to you, okay? And so if he feels like you've been entrapped in a way, or if he feels like you're in this energy where you can't get out of a certain situation, okay, he wants to come in, and like I said, he wants to balance things out. You got the balance scales right here, and then you have the balance scales right here, okay? So he wants to come in and he wants to be giving. He wants to give reciprocity here, okay? He wants to bring reciprocity. He wants to cut you out of this position if you feel stuck, or if you feel mentally trapped, or unable to, or you feel like you can't get out of a certain position. He wants to be the one to come in to help you to get out of that. That's a lot of cards. So I'm going to pull one more card here. Okay. And what we have is the Knight of Cups. This is someone who's very romantic. This is someone who is going to come in and offer their love. They're going to be very open emotionally. And, you know, they want to come in and they want to communicate things to you that's going to be emotionally, emotionally transparent. That's what I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups coming out, okay? So let me see. I'm just going to pull a random one. Okay, yeah. He wants to put an end. This is what he's doing, okay? The energy of the divine masculine, he's blocking out these third-party energies and all of this betrayal energy, the Ten of Swords. You know, he's putting an end to any type of betrayal when it comes to bringing third parties into connections. He's blocking out these types of people, okay? That life that he might have, those cycles that he had to close out. He's blocking that out, and he's going to be the one that fights for the connection. He's going to be the one that defends the connection against all opposition, okay? So he'll be the one to fight for you, and to, he's not going to bring in no third-party energy. He's not going to try to bring other women in to your connection. It's going to be you and him. So let me see. I'm at 52 minutes now, y'all. Let me see. How do you feel around them? And then I'm going to see very quickly how they are spiritually. And then I'm going to close out. And I'll be coming back maybe after this or tomorrow to do the next reading for the divine feminine, the false divine feminine versus the false feminine versus the true divine feminine. So how do you feel around the divine masculine? How does he make you feel? How do you feel when you're around the divine masculine? Okay. How do you feel? So you feel like the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You feel protected. You feel like you're able to continue to do the work to nurture and to take care of yourself. You feel grounded. You feel stable. You just feel taken care of. You feel comfortable with life, okay? You're not off balance. You're stable. You're grounded. You're secure. You feel secure. That's the word that I was looking for. Then this Judgment card came out in the reverse. I feel like you don't feel as if you're being judged by this person. There is an energy of just being able to just be naturally who you are. And you don't feel judged by this person. Let's see. How do you feel around the divine masculine? Okay. You feel loved by this person, okay? You feel the love that he has for you because he's always offering it to you in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through his messages, the way that he communicates with you, or through the things that he does for you physically. But he's always doing something. He's showing you in the physical, okay? It's not just words, but through his actions, he shows you that he's willing to give. He's willing to do for you because he has that genuine love for you, because he himself is emotionally balanced. He listens to his intuition. He has a strong intuition, and he takes care of you. It's like he knows those things that you need before you even have to ask. So he's always coming in offering, okay? One more for how you feel, and then we're going to see how are they spiritually, and then I'm going to close out, y'all. How do you feel around your divine masculine? Okay, so you feel like you can openly communicate with him, okay? And you feel like you can have intellectual and stimulating conversations with him. And I feel like you can also, establish those boundaries with him. I feel like especially initially when the relationship is still fresh and new, you feel like you can create those healthy boundaries with him without him pulling back emotionally from you, because he understands why you've created some of those barriers around yourself or created some of those healthy boundaries, because it's all about, if you have children, it's about protecting your children, or it could be about protecting your inner child. But either way, he's balanced with his masculine and feminine energy, so he knows how to still be nurturing and compassionate and empathetic in those moments. And so that's also about you being able to have those stimulating conversations with him, so you feel that you can be openly communicate your truths to him, and you feel stable and secure. So now I'm going to pull from this deck in terms of how are the divine masculine spiritually, and we'll go ahead and close out. How are the divine masculine spiritually? What is the nature of the divine masculine spiritually? Because that's what we're looking for. Past the surface, we want to know spiritually, how are you? Who are you at the soul level, on the spiritual level, okay? Because that's really what matters. That's what the true evolution and growth is all about. The true spiritual journey is all about who you are and where you've come from on a spiritual level. Are you evolving, or are you still very much so on the surface of who you are and caught up in your ego? Look at this. I'm cutting the deck, so we'll end it here, just like I cut the deck with the false masculine. They are conscious. They are awakened. They are enlightened. They are very powerful in the spiritual realm. They know who they are, okay? They know who they are. Very conscious, okay? Then you have here sharing. They're open to sharing that wisdom with you, okay? They want to share that wisdom with you. They want to share that light with you. They want to, bring that knowledge and that truth to you, okay? And you do the same for them. So spiritually, your masculine is very much so awakened. He's very much so conscious, and he is very much so open to sharing these things with you, because he wants the two of you to be able to evolve together, okay? So that's what I got for you all. I love you. I hope that this was able to bring some clarity to you so that you don't get caught up or bamboozled by these false masculine, okay? Because they are out here, they are lurking, and they are, looking to start, or to cause problems for the divine feminine, so that you'll have setbacks emotionally on your path. So just be aware of that, but also know that the beautiful divine masculines, they are out here, and they are ready to create that stability for us. They're ready to step into their purpose. They're ready to show you that true love that you so rightfully have earned and deserve. So I love you all, and I'll talk to you all next time. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel as well.